What's good, my Regal kings and queens? Welcome to Zed Regal Mindset. This is the place where the mindset, it always matters. Now, this is part 3 of 10 of video series into my journey into becoming. This one we're going to title it, Surroundings Feed the Unknown Soul Needs, which is so real on every level. And I got a quote about that as well. Our life begins where fear ends. Think about that one. Life begins where fear ends. See? Now, from South London, ended up with a physical disability, surrounded by toxicity. Moving forward, I got bored of London and my surroundings and the toxicity and not being nourished in the way that my soul felt I needed. So I ran away. You know what I mean? I left London and I went up to the West Country where I had family there. I had my grandmother. You know what I mean? R.I.P. grandmother. Anyway, you're there. You see me? I know she's around me right now tuning in. You get me? But yeah, I left London for the West Country. I needed that change of environment. Why? Because everything around me felt so toxic. You know what I mean? But when I left London, it was like I went from a culture fest to something that felt like culture less. You know what I mean? I was surrounded by different cultures. I could see examples of black people and blackness and black culture around me when I was in London. But when I came to the country, culture shock. It was a totally different thing and I had to adjust. You know what I mean? And adjusting is one of those life skills that we all have to learn. You know what I mean? We have to come out of our bubble sometimes, most of the time, in order to learn new things and become new people and do things in new ways that serve our highest good. You understand? Boom. So I left these toxic environments in London and I thought, you know what? I'm going to be better up here. I just came into a different kind of fire. You know what I mean? The only person who wasn't was grandmother. You know what I mean? But everybody else, whoo, it was toxic. It made me wonder, why is my life so hard? You know what I mean? Why does it feel like I've got all of this thing going on? Why does it seem like everyone else around me doesn't have these same challenges I do? Luckily for me, how I was, my mindset was always, my actions, everything came from a place of love and acceptance. It was like, all right, well, it's happened. I can't do nothing about it. All I can do is work with it and make the best out of a situation. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's like the school didn't like me. You know what I mean? That I was too verbal for them. I spoke my mind too much. They didn't like it. They wasn't used to somebody like me in their school. So I got kicked out of many schools. My family, they weren't really into me. You know what I mean? They showed that they was, but the energy that I got from them and I felt from them, it put me into protection mode the majority of the time. I didn't know what it was. Now I've gone through it a million times and become a master of this. I know exactly what was going on and I don't forget anything. That's why I'm here sharing my story to empower you guys. You know what I mean? Oh man, it's crazy. What all this toxicity and situations, life situations taught me is that learning life patterns. When you go through something enough times, you start to see the patterns and then you figure out ways to protect yourself and maneuver within those patterns, whether you're dealing with a person, a situation, an environment, whatever it is, you learn these patterns. You know what I mean? Especially with people. If you're around them long enough and you're studying and you're looking, you're going to see stuff and you're going to understand stuff about them, about you, how you respond to others in the wide world. It's a valuable tool to self-mastery and self-overstanding, inner standing. You know what I mean? Without it, you can fall prey to anybody's, I call it Oscar prickisms. If you haven't read the book already, go and get the book, Dear Oscar, Narcissist of My Business. It's on the website. Go and check it out now. But I diverse. See? What I'm trying to show you is that every situation is there to help us learn something. We have to learn discernment, to how to discern the right from the wrong, the good from the bad, the things that are for us and not for us, the actions we should and shouldn't take. You know what I mean? A lot of the time that just comes through practice, come through doing stuff, come through falling forwards, knowing that we have the power to get back up and rise up. You understand? It's all about that, man. It's all about that. So let me tell you something. Adapt to survive. Cherish the change. You understand? It's the only game in town that really supports who we are and helps us grow to who we're supposed to be. You understand? Cherish the change. You see me? Something I wrote quickly. Listen, check it. Experiencing life highs and lows develop true inner strength if we learn the patterns, if we overcome the challenges, and if we use the wisdom earned for the highest good. Think about that one for a minute. You know what I'm saying? This is part 3. Remember, the mindset always matters. And that's the Regal mindset. Regal love.